Hey everybody, Karaoke here. I wanted to do a quick guide on Tarir multilooting, a process which is going to totally redefine what it means to be the City of Gold. The conclusion of the Tarir meta event is a big fight against the Octovine. We're not going to talk about how that fight works, so if you're not familiar with the Octovine fight, it's best to go and look that information up first. Now at the end of the Octovine fight, you're going to get to go down into sort of the underground area below Tarir and loot a bunch of chests. Now those chests include different sizes, and the bigger chests have better loot, with the best chests being grand chests. Now there's only 5 of those, so you technically only get to loot 5 of the best chests in your map. It turns out that if you switch into a different map, which was also successful on the Octovine, you can additionally loot the chests that are a part of that map. Take that same idea, but multiply it by 7, 8, 9 different maps, and you get the idea of Tarir multilooting. This is accomplished by using a squad in the LFG system to allow for easy looting of many different maps after a single Octovine. Let's talk about the overall process for doing this. First step, roughly around the time that the challenges are beginning in Auric Basin, you'll want to open up your LFG, find a squad that claims that it is multi-loot or multi-map ready, and then join that squad. Typically, squads are set up so that the first group you join in is called the lobby. This is where people are going to be when they first join, but you very quickly want to move yourself into an appropriate group. Now, the idea is that whatever map you're in, everybody should create a sub-squad for themselves, where everybody who's on the same map is in the same sub-squad. You can tell because everybody in your map is going to be shown with a little green square inside of the squad. So just drag yourself into the group that represents your map, and if there wasn't one already, drag yourself into the empty squares down at the bottom, and it'll create a new sub-squad. If you don't do this quickly, depending on the commander who's running the squad, you could find yourself kicked out of the group. It's very important to always be in a group with all the people on your map, and to not just switch maps randomly. The next step is pretty simple, just do the Octovine event like you normally would. You do want to participate as much as possible and make sure that the event is completed as quickly as possible, because the looting starts as soon as your map and another map finish, so the sooner you finish your Octovine, the more you're going to be able to loot. Third step, start to loot the chests on your map. I typically only loot the grand chests, although you could, if you have a whole bunch of keys, maybe start to loot some of the great chests. I wouldn't recommend looting the normal chests though, definitely just the grand and the great ones. Once you've looted all the chests you want, this next part's important. Move yourself from the group representing your map into the lobby, which is typically going to be the first sub-squad. Then you'll right-click on somebody in a different sub-squad, one that you haven't been in yet, say join in Auric Basin, and then drag yourself into the new sub-squad for the new map that you're in. You'll be able to re-loot all of the chests that you want, and then you'll just repeat this process. Loot the chests, go to the lobby, switch maps, move yourself into your new map. That's really all there is to Tarir multi-loot. It's pretty simple in general, and as long as you make sure to move yourself to the lobby and then to the appropriate group for your map, you're probably not going to get kicked or get in any trouble with your squad leader. In general though, make sure to be reading messages from your squad leader. If they're telling you to do something, you better listen. I know myself, I've gotten kicked a few times because I'm not paying attention or doing something the commander doesn't want, even if I think it's okay. Also be sure to never vacate a map. So if you're the only person in sub-squad 6, for example, don't leave that map until somebody else joins you, or everybody else is going to lose the ability to loot that map. You'll get a rare from every great chest you open, so you can easily get 30 or 40 rares from a really good multi-loot map. In general, you just want to salvage these rares with a Mystic or Master's kit to get ectoplasm out of them, which you can then sell or keep as you need. That's it guys, happy multi-looting in Tarir. This is an incredibly easy way to make a whole ton of gold or at least get a bunch of mats. Just remember, if you're running low on keys, doing events around before it starts is a great way. I'll sometimes show up about 15-20 minutes before the challenges start, so I can do some of the meta events in the zone, get those extra keys, and have a bunch for myself when I'm starting to do the multi-loot. If this guide's been helpful for you, feel free to give it a like and share it with your friends. The more people who know how to do this properly, the better these maps are going to be. Unlike a lot of other farms and ways of making gold in this game, this really is one where more people understanding how to do it leads to a better result for everybody. So we want to make sure that everyone knows how to do this and has fun multi-looting Tarir for huge, crazy amounts of ectoplasm. Thanks again, and happy gaming!